Well, what's up guys, Kara here, Capital K Comic Reviews, coming at you with part 2 to the 6 video series on pressing comics. Now today's one, we're going to prep and start pressing Death of Wolverine. Now this is a modern comic. Now we're going to get into this. I'm going to walk you through setting this up. I'm going to show you the defects and what we're going to try and achieve to get out of this. And show you how I press a modern comic and what I do to get there. So without further ado, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you subscribe to my channel, you'll get notified when I put new content about this series and about other stuff that you can check out on my channel. So go hit the subscribe, hit the like, but we'll get into this video about pressing this. Let's go. Alright, here we go guys, pressing 101 modern comic, this one, Death of Wolverine #1. Now, this comic here has got indentations on the front cover here, slight ones. I don't know if you can see, I'm trying to get the light on, it so you can see it. There we go. Now if you can see just over here, when that light hits, there's writing right there. Someone's put a page on here and written on the page, and it's indented through the page onto the cover of the book. Now I'm going to attempt to show you how, I'm going to show you how to press the comic and attempt to get that out of here, out of the cover. So that's the one we're going to push today. Now with modern comics are a lot different pressing than Silver Age or older book comics. They're a lot more, I found they're a lot more sensitive, depending on how old the other comics are, but I do found they're a lot more sensitive. They take a lot more time to, not to press, but to prep for them, and just to keep an eye on them as they're pressing, just due to the nature of the paper that they're made out of now. You know, a lot of them come out with the glossy covers as the older ones didn't. And just the inks that they put on the books and they use in the books are more susceptible to heat, that I found. But this is the one we're going to do. So hopefully you guys have got your gears ready, you got your materials ready. From the last video I put in listed the materials and stuff that you needed to get you started on pressing, and stuff like that. But yeah, we're going to get into this. I'm going to start prepping it up. I'm going to show you a couple of examples of, I will say, if you do want to start pressing on a modern book, pick one that is not, that doesn't really have much meaning to you, or doesn't have much value to you. If you can use it as a practice comic, and you're not going to get too annoyed if it gets stuffed up or destroyed or anything like that. So this one is not one of those books. This one is a key book, and I don't want to stuff it up, but hey, I recommend that you guys practice on lower key modern comics before starting to step up into this arena, into the higher up echelons of key comics. But I'll show you a couple of examples of what can happen or what can go wrong with modern comics if you stick to the same procedure as a Silver Age book. This is a high possibility of what could happen to your modern books. Now, when I first started learning how to press comics, like I said, it was trial and error. No one really showed me the temperatures. I gave it was just a broad spectrum overview of everything, so it was up to me to try and weed it all out. So one of the ones I did is Cyclops and the Phoenix #1. Now, some will say this is a low key, but it was very, very damaged. It didn't hold too much value to me, but I thought I'd try and press it anyway. I had a stuffed up cover and everything. So when I was trying to press this and learning how to press this, it went wrong. It came out looking nice and flat and everything, and then when I started going through the pages, found that they were, where are they, stuck together. Now that there is about 2 or 3 pages right there. You can hear that sticking together. Now I try to pull them apart. You can hear that. Now, your book should not be doing that when you're pressing. Right, if it's making that noise, you know, and it's probably hurting your feelings hearing that, because it's hurting mine. But that's not what you want to hear, guys. You do not want to hear that, and you do not want it to be that hard to get them apart. So I basically destroyed this book and baked it together, see? Now, like I said in the last video, slight noise of that, a very subtle noise of that, that is too much. That noise is too much, a very slight one. Because that's just going to start, it's too loud, too much noise. That where it starts fusing these together and it starts destroying your book now. Like subtle ones, I can do it, but that's just too bad. So that was the one. Then the other one I did was Spawn number 29, sorry. And absolutely destroyed this book. Absolutely destroyed this book. Basically took it from a normal comic book to a piece of cardboard. And pressed it and yeah, fused it together. So that whole part of the book, besides the first 3 pages, so those ones I pulled apart, but basically the whole book from there to there is all one piece. Try getting it apart, you know. It's all one piece, see? Not good. So it's turned it into a cardboard paperweight, and that's no good. It's not what you want, so hence why you have to be cautious with modern comics, and you know, just take your time. But I'm here for you. Any questions that you got while through the video, just let me know in the comments and I'll reply to them as soon as I get them. But let's get into it, guys. So we'll skip over, we'll start prepping up the book, start preheating up the press, and we'll get into it, guys. Wait. Alright guys, so you're ready to press, you've got all your gears ready, you've got your materials, your papers, your backing boards, your machine, you're ready to go. So what we're going to do is get your comic ready. I've already pre-readied it, but what I've done, guys, is with your modern comics, what you want to do is you want to put separated pages. So grab those pages, those pieces of paper that you've got to stack off, and you want to put them in between every page. Now you can go about 5-6 pages into the book and then start doing it every second page if you like, depending on how thick the book is. Now Death of Wolverine number 1 is quite a thick book, but you want to put them at least 5 or 6 pages in every page, these separated pieces of paper, and then anything after that you can probably get away with doing it every second page, and so forth and so on. And then same on the back, the first 6 to 8 pages on the back, every single page, and then every second one after that till you get to the middle. So the middle of the book should have every second page, the beginning of the book and the end of the book should be every page from the first 6 to 8 pages, and you should be ready. Now you put your machine on, and you do not want to go over 150, guys. 150 degrees, or what is it in Fahrenheit? Yeah, 150 degrees or like 70 Fahrenheit. You do not want to go over that with modern comics. Definitely anything more than 150. At 160 you're definitely pushing everything over 160, high risk of burning your book and destroying it, so we can't have that. But yeah, so once it gets to that, which is nearly there now, we switch the machine straight off. So I had it preheating already, so she's sitting on 150, just over 150, so it gives me time to do what I need to do with the boards, with the Teflon sheets. Make sure that everything's all ready to go, so even in that time putting the papers in your sheets, but you'll work out your own procedures and how it works for you. So we'll just get these out of the way, and what you want to do is your Teflon sheets here. Make sure your Teflon sheets, guys, are clean, dust free. They have no specks or anything. If you need to give them a wipe down, probably don't give them a wet wipe down. just a dry cloth or something like that to get them off, or even just shake them off, get them ready, and then open your press. Make sure that your plate's all smooth, there's nothing on it. She's all ready to go. And then once you've done that, guys, what I want you to do, there's two ways to do this. I'm going to show you the way I do it. So what I do is I put, because the bottom plate of this is not a heat plate, it's just a sponge pad, I put a board down there. So move the sheets over, put them back over there. So swing it over, put my board in, put your board in pretty much in place. So we're just going to do one comic at a time. Grab your Teflon sheet, put that over the top of the board. Yep. Then grab your book, guys. You want to press it face down first. So you press face down for an hour until it's either an hour or it's gone down to 0, and then we'll come back and address it and flip it over and press the other side. So I'll show you that when I do it, but I'll put it face down for now, guys. So you just find where the board is with your fingers and line it up with your book, so forth and so on, like that. So it's sitting on there. Then you grab your next board, or your last board, we'll use that one, your last board, and put that over the top of your cover, just like that, guys. And grab your next sheet. It's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. It is pretty damn simple. And you get your last sheet and put it over the top like that. And then once you've done all that, she is sitting just above 150, just above 150. So once she's all done, press her down. And you leave that sitting for about an hour. She's turned off now, so make sure your machine is actually turned off to the extent where you unplug the machine, because you don't want to have a brain fart and then realise, oh, I left the machine on, come out and it's smoking away. So turn the machine off at the dial, turn the machine off at the wall, pull the plug if you have to. Just make sure the whole machine is no power going to it. Leave it sitting there for about an hour, or at least an hour, and then come back and then we'll flip it over. So stay tuned, guys. We'll flick over Power of Magic on the video, and we'll switch over and we'll be doing the front cover. So yeah. Right, fams, she's been in there for about an hour and a half now, give or take, but definitely been in there an hour or so. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the press back on. So plug your presses back in, crank it up back up to 150. Because while it's heating up to 150, we'll take the combat out, have a look at it, flip it over, and hopefully it should be ready by then, and do the same procedure as we did before. So click it back on. If you've got an analog and you might have a digital, and it might be faster to get it back up there, but flip it back on, let it heat up, and open her up, and have a gander at her, eh? Take the Teflon sheet off on the board. Let's have a look at the front of her. Well, she's looking fantastic already. She's already looking pretty good. So all you do, guys, line up, flip her over, face up this time. Find your board. Put your press on the board, line it up, put your board back on it, so it's nice and lined up there. Same procedure as before, guys. So I've got a board underneath there, Teflon sheet, comics on top with all the pages separated in it. Then I've got a board on top of the back cover. on the top cover, sorry, front cover. Put the Teflon sheet on, just quickly to make sure it's properly lined up. Alright, now it's just the fact of waiting till 150 now. It's just taking a bit slow, but that's pretty much it in a nutshell, guys, for Modern Comics. And once she's pressed out, she'll take about, I usually leave it overnight and just let it sit in there. Once it hits the 150, turn the press off, just sit it in there and walk away and forget about it, and then come back the next day and open it up, have a look at it and see what she looks like, and she should be fine. So she's hitting 150 now. Not too bad. So yeah, but guys, if you like this video on pressing, don't forget to hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you want to subscribe to my channel, where I'll be dropping more of the comic pressing series over the next few weeks, as well as you can check out other content that I'm doing. But yeah, so she's at 150 now. Flick her back off again. We'll grab the plug, unplug her, line her up, pressed, done. So we'll come check it tomorrow, but by the magic of video editing, you'll be able to see it straight away. So we'll see you then. Alright guys, we're back at it, back here again. She's been in there all night, been to work, had some tea, thought I'd come out here and check the result of it, do the finished video, and we'll see what it looks like. This will be the end of part 2 for the Modern comic, the Death of Wolverine #1. Without further ado, pull it out, have a look. Defects should be gone. We'll go through the book, show you everything, pulling out the pages and stuff like that, and that will give you pretty much the ins and outs of pressing a Modern comic. And I'll just go over some final things with you with the doing, just going over the video of the things that we did and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's pull her out and have a look, eh? It. I'm going to pull the whole book out because I want you guys to hear this, hear what I was talking about in earlier on in the video and the previous videos. If you can hear the slight noise when it comes to pressing, the slight noise you can hear. So I'll pull that off. You can hear that? So that's just slightly. And that's all good, guys. It's all good. Nothing really to worry about. So look at the front of the cover. And have a look at that. It's coming up pretty good, mate. Very good. So I'm quite happy with that. So all you do now, guys, is just reverse the process of the pages. Don't be too stressed if you hear that sound of the pages, because it is a new comic. If you can hear that. All good. That's all good. That kind of sounds all good. So the ones that I showed you before, so you can hear it. Ever so simple. And that's all good, guys. That's the sound you do want to hear, which is nothing wrong with that. Any more than that, you're taking off the ink off the page. So if you're pulling your pages out and they've got ink on them, or they've got a printing of the book on them, that's bad. You do not want that. So just go through your whole book. They'll be all like that. Push them out. We'll click through and I'll be at the end with the book out, all the pages out. So you go through that, pull your pages out, and yeah, we'll see you in a sec, eh? Boom. Alright guys, so we've got all the pages out, all the white pages out. I'm just going to take you through now in the middle of the book. If you can get away on a modern book, if you can get away with putting pages in between every single page, do it. It's only on the bigger books, which this one is quite a thicker book than usual. It's only on the thicker books where you can get away with, putting the separators in the middle of the book every second page. But like I said, the first eight pages on the front or the back, make sure that they are definitely split page, or there's a page in every single one, but just make sure that that is. I'll show you in the middle of this book. She's come out all good, but I just want to show you so you're aware for any bigger books what will happen. Now of course, the more middle of the book you get, the lot easier it's going to be for the heat to get to it, but this is what you're going to encounter when pressing new comics and separating the page. So when you come to pull your pages out, don't stress out too much, as long as you follow temperatures and all that and the times. Don't get too worried about the pages may end up getting stuck together, like semi-stuck together in the middle. That's alright, like I said before, as long as it's a slight noise for separation is just fine, which is like this, if you can hear it. As you're going through the book, you may get some ones that this one's just straight. May get a couple like that, but that's mainly what you're going to be doing. So I'm going through the book now. You may come across some tough ones. Just be patient with the guys. Take your time in taking those pages out. Don't rush it and don't stress too much. If the pages are like cracking, if you can like try to move them and they crack, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. In doing that, this book has come out spectacular. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Going through it, so just go through your book, make sure all your pages are all good and nothing's transferred over from one page to another, and just give it an all up, because only you will know what your book is like. So we'll just take your time, like I said, guys. You'll get there in the end. It's a work in progress. She's come out pretty mean, old Death Wolverine #1, and trial and error, guys, But like I said, practice on your not so good comics, and just keep practicing. But yeah, I would recommend, when doing modern books, if you can get away with separating every single page in it, do so. Only on the thicker books you can get away with having every second page only in the middle of the book. Please, whatever you do, make sure at least the first 8 on the front and the first 8 on the back are separated individually. Do not, whatever you do, double do every second page through the whole book. You're just asking for trouble on modern comics if you're going to do that just through the whole book. You can get away with it, like I said, on the front, on the back, because like I said before, what will tend to happen is you'll turn your book into a piece of cardboard, which is what that is. So that's what you don't want happening. See how loud that is? You do not want that happening, alright? And that's what happened. And that's why, and then you can see on this one where it's transferred ink over. I pressed this one a while ago, over a year and a half or 2 years ago, and I've just kept it as a reference and a reminder of what can go wrong. So If, like I said, if you do every second page on a modern book all the way through the book, you are guaranteed to do that to it. You're guaranteed to fuse pages together. You're guaranteed to turn your book into a cardboard piece of cardboard. So yeah, practice guys on old comics, on crappy comics that you got lying around. Practice on those. We'll give you one last look at the Wolverine, Death of Wolverine #1. That's what she came out like, guys. She sits flat, you know. She's beautiful, she's all good, I'm happy as Larry with that one. So, you know, with that said, guys, you know, make sure that your temperature on your press does not exceed 150, or definitely not 160. If you get it just between 150 to 155, somewhere around there, all good. Anything closer to the 160 on new books, you're kind of dancing with the devil on that one. Put your comic in with all your Teflon sheets, your boards, your papers, put it in, press it down, turn the machine off, guys. Please do not walk away with the machine still either plugged in or switched on. You're asking for danger. Not only is it a fire hazard, you could be in your home with your family and something could go awry. We do not want that, guys. So safety first, guys. And yeah, give it an hour, face down, press for an hour, come back out, flip it over, check it over first, flip it over, press it, put the heat back up to 150, press again and switch it off, unplug it and leave it overnight, guys, and then come back and see it the next day, pull it out, and take your time when taking the papers out and separating your pages if they're kind of sticky-ish. But I would not recommend you separating or trying to find a shortcut to separate the pages while the book is still hot. If the book is still hot or warm, leave it in there, let it cool down. The last thing you want is when those inks are warm, they're still kind of tacky, they're still kind of pressed together, is to transfer ink over from either page to the other one. So make sure that the book is cold when it's finished, when you've pulled it out, and take your time, guys. Please take your time with these books. You know, you can do short pressing. They're not as good as a long press. You always want a long press because it gives you the maximum benefits of like that out on your book. And yeah, but you can do short ones. We maybe do videos in the future of short ones, but yeah, guys, get practicing. Let me know in the comments how you turned out, how your practicing is going on. If you've got any questions about pressing modern comics, let me know in the comments. But that's pretty much it from me, guys. Thank you for joining us. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel so you get notified when I drop new content about this series, pressing series, and there's other content on my channel as well that you might like and you can check out. But yeah, once again, thank you, guys. That's the end of part 2, and we'll see you in part 3 when we start going through the older book comics, the old X-Men 244 First Appearance of Gambit, and we'll walk you through that pressing. Alright, guys, thank you very much. We's out.